That's where I go, mate. I mean, I hope not. I hope you don't, you know.
This is the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic. Tonight, we'll continue a bit of interlude story as we head towards Terrace, and we'll also review the latest game and guild news. This broadcast astromech is EPC 229. And playing alongside me is Seema. Hi, Seema. How's it going?
It is going great. We just finished MFN, and we went with 16 people to Temple of Sacrifice, which is one of the available operations we have to go to. That's one of the higher level ones, and we actually had no trouble with the mother of all Masasi, Masasi. And we did the walkers in 2 tries, and then we spent a good amount of time playing with the Underlurker. And at least some new people now know why the Underlurker has the reputation that he has. But we made some. Actually, I think our first pull on him was really good. And then as people started to understand the fight, then they had to learn it. But anyway, then we went to Toblerone Courtyard to the place in Maquette to kill the lair boss there, so we could end on an up note, and it was really a fun night. Last week on our raid team, we went into Gods from the Machine, of course, and we had a few tries at Skyva, which we did not get her down, but we got her to
14%?
Something, yeah, 14%, so I feel confident for this week.
Yeah, just
especially if everybody's here.
Yeah, we only did two quick tries, and people just need to get that. You got to run out from those red circles in the burn phase, and people weren't prepared for that first time through. But yeah, that's looking like a fun fight.
Yep, that was my week pretty much. Ops.
Yep.
How about you, Max?
Similar, as you're saying, that Skyva fight, being able to get the penultimate boss fight in Gods from the Machine has been exciting. I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we have new thing to work on there. And we've got one more fight that's going to be revealed, and I have no idea what the next fight's going to be. So we know the names of we've already fought all the named bosses that are on the consoles on the outside, the Gods from the Machine. So I imagine the last fight is going to be something that sort of ties it all together. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was excellent. And Mandatory Fun Night was fun. There were people who had not been in Temple of Sacrifice before, so we got to tell the story of what's going on in there and talk about the fights and teach people the fights and show off the scenery. We did a great job on the first 2 and did a good job on Underlurker as well. But it's tough to be getting all the little mobs, and it's not a melee friendly fight, and the rocks are falling all over the place, and sometimes they fall in bad places. So I think we only pulled them 3 times, and got a little bit killed there, but got pretty low. I think it got to 30%, even doing it that way. So that was.
I like that. We got a little bit killed.
little, just only mostly dead. So we'll see how that goes. Chat room is saying maybe Isaac's would be the last fight of some kind. That's entirely possible. So we'll see how that goes for Gods from the Machine. And that's been pretty much it for me this week as well. Let's talk a little bit about some interesting news.
Now an Imperial News Network report.
First up in the news, we did get a patch this week on Tuesday, update 5.7a, which was just a small bug fix patch. The couple bugs that came through were corrected an issue that was preventing players from triggering the shuttle cutscene in Quat Drive Yards. And in theory, they have fixed this before, and it was still a problem for some people, and they're fixing it hopefully for the last time, but you never know. Might have to fix it for might be an individual bug for each individual person they have to patch for everybody who plays. So that we may be patching this one for a while. Chapter
Yeah.
7, there was some weirdness of Chapter 7, The Lady of Sorrows, where you could sort of jump in there, do the bonus mission really, really fast, and get rewarded for it, and get out and reset in such a way that bots were able to do it. Doing it with bots was an exploit. Going in there and doing it really quickly by yourself was not. But as a result, they just did a little fix because they noticed people doing that and wanted that to stop. If you were just going in there and doing it and collecting your rewards, that's fine. You weren't exploiting. If you were using a bot to do it, that's exploiting no matter what you're doing. That's against the terms of service, so keep that in mind. And then they corrected a texture issue for the Gorilla Tactician's breastplate. Meh. Don't really care about that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like it better when they say things like the Gorilla Tactician's breastplate no longer, you know, is a pool
clips your
of
head off, or
green void around your ankles. Yeah. No longer clips your head off.
There was also reports that the CZ-198 and IOCATH grouping bugs, and there was some funkiness with being in each of those little places. Those are supposedly fixed as well. They didn't put it in the patch notes because it wasn't a patch. There was nothing to patch. So they're expecting that it was just a weird service thing, and after the reboots, everything should be fine and back to normal as far as that goes. So yes, it's not in the patch notes, but yes, it should also be fixed. So there's that.
We also got a small note this week from Keith, basically responding to, or he mentioned that as Eric had mentioned on the live stream, that they are still working on a roadmap, that it should be available come mid-February. And he made references to Summer and Beyond and also to 6.0, although he did have a winky face after he said 6.0. And I mean, I don't think people know what winky face means, but to me it means like, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like I don't really mean what I'm saying. So we'll see.
I think you're going to interpret this emoji. We're going to spend the next hour interpreting this emoji because it is quite...
I think what he meant for it to say was, I'm so cute, I'm giving you a little teaser.
Yes. That's... Which is what I took it as. So I'm saying 6.0 here, winky face, so you notice that I said something, you should take note of. But yeah, maybe winky face isn't
But at the same
emoji,
time,
you're right.
I mean, it's pretty common too in life when someone says, I'm going to go to the store and buy such and such. Wink.
Yeah.
It means
I'm not
doing the opposite.
means I'm
Yeah.
being ironic, and that's not what's going to happen. Yeah, 6.0
Right.
this year. Wink. Yeah,
Wink.
there's no 6.0 coming. What? No, you're right. It should have been like the open mouth surprise, like, oh, did I say that? type of thing. Like, oh, what did I just drop a hot bit of news type. You're right. Okay, there. Did we interpret that correctly? He also said he's been busy with planning at the beginning of the year. I would think that they're always planning. Always watching.
And I think it's good that he plays the game. But he did mention it in this little post too that he had been doing a lot of playing. So
a lot of playing and a
That's
lot
good.
of planning. I think more the problem is January is never a great month for a lot of work to get done, and that's because in December people take extra time off, and then as soon as you start taking extra time off and you get a little bit of a vacation under your belt, and everybody got a vacation, and you come back to work and you go, that was really nice to not have a job for a little while. So productivity tends to go down.
I think I get another coffee.
So,
But I also think, I mean, and this is maybe reading too much into it too, is like as you approach the end of your fiscal year too, then not only are you trying to finish up what you have to for the end of the year, you don't know what the next year is going to look like. So it's hard to plan for the future when, budgets haven't been done yet, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
yes. Yeah. So we'll see. Also in the news, the server status page has been updated in a number of ways, and for some reason this was interesting enough for somebody to post in the forums about it, and it was interesting enough for Eric to reply. Basically, they did remove 2 columns that were there before that might have been useful to some people. They had a server population column, and what it actually showed was how close the server population was for the old servers compared to what the hardware capacity was for that particular server. So it wasn't really telling you much of anything at all. It could have been 100 people, and it could have been a full server because they had crappy hardware on some old server. So they took that column out. They also took the column out that said server types because there's no more server types. There's no more PvP versus RP versus all that kind of thing. Those are gone too. And what else did we hear in the news, Seema?
We also heard that. Oh yeah, I forgot you gave this one to me. I don't know if you would call this in the news, as in journalists, but there was some rumors floating around of some interest on the part of Microsoft to possibly buy Electronic Arts, EA. So I think Max may have an opinion on the wisdom of an act like that.
You're referring to me saying in pre-show that that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, and there's no way that they would do that.
Right.
This is part of my consulting
to that.
business where I would consult with companies and tell them not to do stupid things. Not that
Right.
either business on their own, and you know, everybody hates EA. Besides everybody hating EA, I'm a fan of a lot of the products and a fan of Star Wars and BioWare, and so I actually am not a hater of EA. I'm also quite a fan of Microsoft. I did work for Microsoft for 13 years. Back in the day, that was a decade ago, was the last time I worked for Microsoft, but I'm still in that business, and the current work I do in technology is all focused around the Microsoft technology stack. It's not part of Microsoft's core business, and Microsoft has bought studios. They used to own Bungie. They've bought small studios before. They do have a game development division. They do this kind of work. I said doo-doo. But for them to buy a big company like EA that's not part of their core business and not part of their core mission, which is devices and cloud services, does not make any sense to me and does not at all seem like the thing that I think that Satya Nadella would do. It's not the kind of thing that fits in with Microsoft's mission, which is getting into this future state of software in the cloud. EA makes a ton of their money on let's do another sports game 2018. We did sports game 2017, and we'll do sports game 2019, and you can buy all of the sports game of the year. That's not interesting at all. That yes, you could imagine some weird thing where they want to turn gaming as a service on, and I think that would not be buying EA would not be the way to do that either. I also think that SWTOR would be a real footnote in that whole kind of transaction. If for some weird reason that were to happen, SWTOR would be probably just continue on for a little while, eventually either get spun out, or after 2 years after the whole thing is just seen to be a terrible idea, the whole company, EA, is just going to be spun back out. So it might not affect Star Wars at all because no one would have any idea what to do with it and pay any attention to it whatsoever in any way. So there you go. That is
Every time you mention Microsoft and they do have a gaming studio, I think of that game Pandora's Box way back in
I have a
the
copy
day.
of that. That is
I love that game.
that is pretty cool. That's a throwback. I think of
Actually designed by the guy who wrote Tetris, and I wish they would do more of games like that.
I don't think I have it anymore, or maybe my kids have it somewhere. I have the robotic Barney that Microsoft produced with the Barney software that went with it, and there was a radio receiver that you'd put next to Barney, so when you'd play the game, the Barney doll, the robotic Barney doll, would move its hands and talk to you and move its mouth, and you could squeeze its hands or its tail, and it would or touch its cover its eyes and play peekaboo with it, and it had sensors in it, and it was really this really cool interactive thing. So if they bring that
cool.
back and do it like a John Madden head for EA, then maybe that makes sense. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Now I'm envisioning Futurama with like those heads in jars. John Madden head.
All right, so that is it for the news. How about the guild? What's our guild up to? We had MFN tonight. What's happening next week?
Next week we're going to be on the pub side. So next week, February 6th, pub side, be there or be Square,
Yes,
or be wherever you are.
I think the Xenoanalyst is coming to town, and maybe we'll go take a visit and check out the Xenoanalyst. Also, shout out to the awesome guildies who are putting, I think B. Kavanaugh and Zen have been putting cool stuff in our guild bank because it's a crafting week
Oh,
for
yeah.
Conquest. And holocons of strategy and crystal capacitors are always low because we have everyone has less of the crew skills, which is mostly artificer,
Artifice.
right?
Yep.
That makes those.
It's
And synth weaving? Or
and
just
synth
artifice?
weaving, but
Yeah.
yeah, but it's just people have more of the other mats than of those mats
Right.
in general.
So that's a really cool thing. I think we recommended other guilds do that in the past. So fill up your guild bank, have a little trade, get your guildies all supported like our cool guildies do for each other because they are awesome people. Also, shout out to the chat room. We got a bunch of people in the chat room tonight. It always helps. They were helping with me with all of our audio setup. OBS reset my audio coming into the podcast tonight, which is always fun when you turn it on and say, I'm going to go live now. Oh, there is no sound. But it's all working now. And hopefully this, if you can hear my voice and Zima's and sound effects, it is all working now. I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
It would be funny if the chat room was just lying to us. Oh yeah, sounds great.
Oh, sounds great. But with that, I think we can move on to the next part of our show where we go through a little more of our class story. Kemval, what are we doing tonight?
Gamgig ist Franjan, Kupay Nanan.
That's right. We are picking it up from where we left off last week when Seema stowed away on my guild ship. Not my guild ship, my class ship, my Sork ship. Look, see, there's Seema right there. Dressed as a... See, I keep forgetting that you're a Sork because you're dressed as a smuggler or a... Sort of that's sort of like a smuggler
I
outfit.
generally force choke people who make comments about my wardrobe.
Gonna force choke a fool. And look, Seema gets to have her companion walking around on my ship, even though I do not. My companions just stay in one place.
Well, it's just
checking her
because Shay Vizsla is just that cool.
She is. She's got a mind of her own. I've got a mind of my own. She's got that cool voice. I've been playing a couple other games, and I keep hearing voice actors. I know the voice actors of all the games do all the games. I think it's so funny when I hear Star Wars voice actors that are in other games, like Elder Scrolls. There were a couple of them that were doing that. And not in Star Wars, but John Cleese does a bunch of Elder Scrolls, which is cool. Anyway, here's Kemval. He's apparently this is his bunk. Hey Kem, nice bunk you got there. So that's where he hangs out. Anyway, we had to go. We finished up with Alderaan. Went back to our ship, and our Lord Kalig, the Force Ghost, came from coast to coast to tell us that we had to go to Nar Shaddaa to get his lightsaber. So that's what we're gonna do. We're on Nar Shaddaa. Let's exit the ship. How do I leave my ship? Now I'm lost. Where? How do I get out of here? Show me the way, Seema. Do you know the way? That's an internet
I
meme.
do.
There we go. We are back to Nar Shaddaa, which is a lovely ecumenopolis. If we make it to Terrace tonight, I read up that Terrace used to be an ecumenopolis as well, although in our timeline, Terrace is a sort of a bombed-out husk of its former self. But we'll get to that, hopefully, after we come here to Nar Shaddaa. And we got to go see Mila. What's the girl's name that we get to go check out? Mila Kunis? Mila
Right.
Aeschylus. Mila
Yes.
Aeschylus. Mila Kunis could do the voice of Mila Aeschylus, but she probably doesn't. Because she is a voice actress as well, as we all know. In Family Guy, she plays Meg. Shut up, Meg. We also get to go visit a casino, correct? You started this already, so you're a little bit ahead.
Yes, because we wanted to know how long this section was.
Yeah, look at that.
So I did poke my nose into it.
Seema did the hard work for all of you watching and listening so that we would know what the heck was going on. The heck.
Oh, so girling.
Okay, I like these casinos. And I think because we also had the Did I go the right way? Where's the droid? Oh, there he is.
Welcome. Please select an available
Star
traveler.
Cluster Casino.
Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Casinos are cool places. I like that we had the Nar Shaddaa nightlife event, and they used the casinos to great effect, and you could actually go there and gamble. Before that, you could only visit them in sort of this story capacity in a couple points throughout a couple of the stories. But they're cool places. They are, which is why Nar Shaddaa exists. This is Hut Vegas, right? So here you can see there's a couple of them. There's one sort of a Republic casino and an Imperial casino, so you're not killing people while they're doing their quests. When you're back when it was, you could have PvP servers. But yeah, cool stuff. Oh, there's my robotic Rancor, because I never got the Nar Shaddaa nightlife Rancor. We're going the right way. You know where you're going. No. I gotta go.
No, we're supposed to go upstairs. I just decided to look at these vendors while you were talking.
While I was yapping.
This is the same casino where the nightlife event happens.
Cool. Can you go upstairs? There's nothing upstairs when the nightlife event happens, I don't think. It's all downstairs. Which is too bad, because there's the whole main part of the casino here upstairs, which is where we're going to go chat with Mila. So when you run in
Because we
here,
want our lightsaber back.
I'm bringing lightsaber back. What?
I mean, we didn't even know of its existence yesterday, but today we're going to force choke it out of you.
Ken Paul just said to me, "Drink and play, little Sith. I want you sated when I kill you."
Oh my god.
Good times, bro. Here she is, and she is at a. Are these Pazak tables? What kind of table is that? That's not Pazak. Pazak is the card game. These are
Sabak?
Sabak. I think that might be Sabak. Yeah, cool. We need Sabak and Pazak in the game.
I believe you have a lightsaber that belongs to me.
I knew this would happen. I warned him, but he wouldn't listen. Please, don't kill me. I'll get the lightsaber back, I promise.
Probably kill you anyway.
You don't have the lightsaber.
It's not my fault. It's my father's. Dad was never very smart. But a couple of years ago, he topped himself, put everything we had, lightsaber included, on the sabacc table against a sleazebag named Gil Rosen, a known cheater. Lost it all.
I'd like a word with your father.
Now he's dead, and I'm paying off
great.
his debts. All of them. I'd get the lightsaber back, but Rosen has it, and he's holed up in the industrial area. It's too dangerous, and I can't exactly afford help.
Well, I'm dark side, right? Shocking.
I got your help right here. Ugh.
A little force shock. You probably didn't shock her, did you?
Look, you want to go?
Maybe.
Fine. But I'd get killed. Rosen will have guards everywhere. Oh, and please don't kill me. Only an Aeschylus can open the lightsaber case. Some kind of genetic lock, so...
All right.
If you get it, bring it here.
Won't kill you yet. Most likely kill you in the morning. Okay. So she got gambled off. We got to go talk to Gil Rosen. And only Mila can open the lightsaber case, so we can't kill her yet.
Yes.
The voices
Wisely,
inside
you
my
didn't
head
kill her yet.
say I shouldn't kill you yet, which is a lyric from one of my favorite Jonathan Colton songs, which is Skull Crusher Mountain, which I would sing right now because it is really one of my favorite songs. It's a theme song of mine. Welcome to my secret lair on Skull Crusher Mountain. Hope you have enjoyed your stay so far. So you have met my assistant Scarface. I know all the lyrics. His appearance is quite disturbing, but I assure you he's harmless enough. Should I keep going while we ride back to the promenade here? He's a sweetheart, calls me master, and he has a way of finding pretty things and bringing them to me.
I'm again impressed by your geek cred.
Yes, I know all the words to that song. I was a version of the mad scientist from that song for Halloween one year. Okay, so now we gotta go track down Gil Rosen here on the promenade, another of my favorite places on Nar Shaddaa. In fact, we have had many a guild party here on the promenade on Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, the map kind of lets you down there. He's not really on the promenade, but you have to go to that flight master to find out where he is, basically.
Oh, crud. So the star cluster, what's the name of the cantina here on the promenade?
That we just came from with Star Cluster
No, that's the
Cantina.
that's the casino. What's
casino,
the,
right?
What's the cantina? Sunken Sarlacc?
The sliding, slippery slope.
Slippery Slopes? Yeah, I think you're right. Slippery Slopes Cantina. Sunken Sarlacc is one, and Slippery Slopes, I think, is another. Slippery Slopes Cantina. We used to have guild parties at the Slippery Slopes Cantina back before there were guild ships, because it was a cool place to have it, for one. And for two, you could bring both factions. So we had people that only had a Republic character and people that only had Imperial characters. We could all meet up in the Slippery Slopes Cantina and hang out together. And in fact, if you're really tricky, there's hacker ways to get up on the balcony in the Slippery Slopes Cantina where you're not supposed to be, and have a little private party up on the balcony overlooking the lower part of the Slippery Slopes.
A private party.
You got to be really tricksy getting up there. You got to climb on things and do a duel and do a knockback, and then you end up on the balcony, and then you pull the rest of your party up there. Like the tricky ways we used to get on the sand crawler in the Dune Sea to get the Datacrons up there. I also always liked riding the taxis here on Nar Shaddaa in between the buildings and stuff.
Yeah, I like that too. I like Nar Shaddaa in general.
Okay. So, Gil Rosen. Oh, this is sort of a ride, isn't it? Alright. So I did my little rant on Microsoft buying EA. What's your thoughts on it, Seema? Do you think it would be a good idea? So what would your consulting company tell Microsoft, tell Satya Nadella about the deal? That he should do it or not?
Yeah, I can't even imagine why Microsoft would even ever come up with the idea to buy EA.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time arguing with them about it, because I don't know what they're saying to defend it. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna buy EA because
reasons? Yeah, I don't know.
Because we want an entree into
because we're all about that football. I mean, they do have the Xbox. I mean, so you can say that. So fine. It's not like they don't.
I mean, they can say things like, video gaming is an X billion-dollar annual industry, and we should increase our market share of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you're right.
And they could say, the reason that one of the reasons you gave was that it's not an interesting business to them, that they pay yearly, but they might view that as an annuity, the easy income. Which
Microsoft needs more income, because the billions of dollars that they have, getting another tens of.
When they're planning their next move, they're not saying to themselves, "Well, we have to pay."
I wonder how big EA actually is, because what Microsoft does say when they do start a new business is this going to be the next billion-dollar business for us?
Yeah.
Is this going to make us $1 billion? And that was a decade ago. They wouldn't start something. They wouldn't invest in something. They wouldn't get into a business unless a decade ago it was going to be $1 billion. So now it's is this going to be a $5 billion business? EA is probably that. I don't know. It's pretty big. All right, let's talk to. Sorry, I got to talk to Gil Rosen here. I'm sorry to interrupt our business cast.
I got eyes and ears all over this city. I heard all about your little talk with the
Oh, Gil Rosen.
Lucky for you, I'm feeling generous, so I'm willing to make a deal.
Lucky for you, that's what I like. Deal? Ha. How about I just
You
kill
are in
you?
no place to bargain.
Look, I'm standing here with Nar Shaddad's toughest mercenaries. Guys that make the Sith look like school teachers.
Yeah.
So, what I'm thinking is, you're gonna listen to me. That's what I'm thinking.
I like
Here's
this
what I
guy.
propose. I give you the lightsaber, and you come work for me as my own personal Sith. That, or you pay me 3 million credits.
And my answer is no, brackets, shock.
That was my answer too.
All right then, you made your choice. Boys, kill the Sith.
Sir, you do realize.
No complaints. I don't pay you to complain. Kill him.
No, we're not killing that Sith.
What are you doing?
Sorry, boss. You can't pay me enough to fight no Sith.
Sorry.
Well, you're gonna fight for free then.
Too late.
You don't get off that easy.
No! I don't want to die!
Yep. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna
Nobody does.
light up this joint. Sorry. And Rosen, you are toast, if you know what I mean. And I will take the loot the lightsaber case from Gil Rosen's cooling corpse, which apparently I did. Yep. Oh, you know what I got also? So I looted the lightsaber
What?
case, and I looted a lucky coin.
Oh, sweet.
So there's only a certain level range that you get lucky coins at as a great trash item. And we must be in that level range because I have 4 in my inventory. Remind me not to sell these. I have a collection of them in my guild, in my cargo
in your
hold.
cargo hold. Yes, I know that about you.
This is
I
one of my
actually,
favorite things in the game.
how can you not sell them? Because I'm always hitting that button to sell junk.
I just keep all junk. That's how
Oh.
I'm like I'm a space hoarder. Oh, I did a random mount, and now I'm riding a Sleen. All right, is this? No, it's a Zeldrate. Zeldrate.
Thank you for that update.
Should we just let's just hearth. I said hearth. Let's
Too many games.
let's recall. I'm gonna use my recall skill, my recall
Ultimate Online.
for Ultima Online to go back to the promenade. Gotta name all the travel abilities from all the games.
Rosen toasts. As Sari says in chat room. Gil Rosen toast.
Gil Rosen toast. Yep. It's
With
delicious.
Vegemite.
It's quite good. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was listening to This Week in Tech this week, actually today, and he was eating Marmite or Vegemite, one of the two, during the podcast because 2 of the co-hosts this week were, one was an Aussie and one was from New Zealand, and he had a bunch of guests in the studio who were from students from Australia, and they brought him, I think, Vegemite, but it made me want to get some because I do like it. It's quite salty, but it's also quite good on toast. It's, for people that don't know, Vegemite is the byproduct of the beer brewing process, the yeast, the post-fermented yeast byproduct.
Have a safe and pleasant stay.
Thank you. I will have a safe and pleasant stay. That sounded like a Republic transport droid, because the Imperial droids say mean things to you. They say stuff like,
Right, like, you're late.
passengers will be something. What was I talking about?
Mom's on Thursdays. Oh my God! What are we doing here? Let's go!
What you doing, Sina?
I was looking up Vegemite and Marmite because I thought they were the same thing, and they are kind of the same thing, mildly different recipes. And then my cat distracted me because he actually shut the door to my office, and now he's trying to get it open again. Because he's like, why did I do that? I actually want to be on the other side of this door.
Smack.
Now he's looking at me.
B. Kavanaugh, do you actually have some? All right, we are back to talk to Mila here. We were running back to the casino. Kembal is standing on the sabacc table. Oh, and now Shea Vizsla is standing up there too. Bro, that's not where you stand. All right, Mila, what do you got for me? Do I get to kill Mila?
Hey, look, lay off the lightning this time, okay?
Never.
It's so much fun.
Shock. Kembal approves.
I can't take much more of this. Just give me the case already.
It was really a bit gratuitous.
There's your lightsaber. Now go, please.
Just one more thing. Brackets, shock her.
Just one more thing.
Oh. But she gets to live, apparently. Alright, use your ship's hollow terminal. I'm going to quick travel back to the spaceport. But then we will walk onto the spaceport so Seema can come join me on my ship. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some. I bet I could get it around here. We've got a couple international-ish type supermarket-y type dealies.
Oh. Zen said he could go for some Vegemite with cheese on toast. What kind of cheese goes with Vegemite?
Yeah, what kind of cheese
Like
goes?
cheddar?
Cheddar. It's got to be like koala cheese or something.
Oh my god.
Gotta milk the koala. It's drop bear cheese. Where's my hangar? Remember when you had to actually go to your hangars all the time? I can't find my hangar. Sith Warrior, Bounty Hunter. It's not lit up. Sith Inquisitor. There, on the other side. This is how you had to do it in the old days. You had to hover over each of the entrances. Figure out where you're supposed to go. Here we go. Take the elevator. That's the wrong one. Docking Bay 66. Criminy, this is a...
Here we go. Oh, wait, not this one.
Kangaroo cheese. Yeah, told you. It's Corley. Alright, now you can come in here. Aged cheddar. There we go. Are you in? Did you?
New Oven Lords.
New Oven Lords. That's my new podcast. The New Oven Lords podcast.
Yes, I'm in.
Cheap American process, like cheese, spray cheese in a can, or just American cheese,
or like
Kraft singles,
individually wrapped slices.
Kraft
yeah,
cheese
Kraft
product.
singles.
Kraft singles are good, and you know, and it's actually it's good food, and it's not terrible stuff. Velveeta is slightly more terrible, but really good for certain recipes like baked mac and cheese. You want to use a little bit of Velveeta for that because it gets all melty just the right way. And then spray cheese is the worst. Although a traditional Philly cheesesteak sandwich uses spray cheese.
I thought traditional Philly cheesesteak had like provolone.
The original recipe was spray cheese out of a can. Good Philly cheesesteak sandwiches now actually use provolone. All right.
Gooder ones.
All right, now we use our ship hollow terminal and probably talk to these space ghosts from coast to coast.
I require corroboration for that.
Excellent. Meet me on Drum & Curse immediately.
Oh, we gotta go to Drum & Curse before we go to Terrace? We may not get to Terrace tonight.
There's much work to do to prepare the ritual.
Yes.
Look at her. No time to talk. Too busy plotting your demise.
Lord Calig. I thought you said you were too busy to talk to me.
The nature of Darth Zash's strange rituals.
She intends to cause me harm.
She intends to cause you harm.
It was inevitable.
I knew it was too good to last.
Yes. Her words smell of honey and taste of poison.
Zash
praises
honey
your
poison.
great strength. Yet she fears it. The rituals she performs are to protect her against the Force.
Yes, yes.
Ask yourself, why go to such lengths to defend herself against the Force if she has no intention of fighting you?
She doesn't scare me.
I'm not afraid of Zash.
I ain't afraid of no
Let Zash
Zash.
be first. Arm yourself with anger. Steel yourself with hate. Crush her before she has a chance to strike.
Sounds good. I'll just force shock her.
Do not face her alone, but bring an ally who can break through her defenses.
I will crush her.
Zash won't know what hit her.
Good. I can be no further help to you. I am too weak to face Zash.
All right, Calig.
Whatever you do, do not enter the Dark Temple alone. Zash is prepared.
You are not prepared. And there is Lord Calig's scorching lightsaber, which we could use, but we won't. Because what lightsaber do I have? I have the Gree lightsaber, right?
You have a blue crystal.
Yeah, because I have it. No, I have the volatile derelict lightsaber. See how it's sort of like smoky on the blade?
Yeah.
I have the blue crystal. Ironically, it's an ironic use of the blue crystal. Confuses my enemies. All right, so we gotta go to Dromakas. Do we go to the temple now? We might. So we might not get to Terrace tonight. I might have to rename the podcast tonight. Let's go and see if this is the confrontation in the temple. Now we have to use our terminal again.
Apprentice, you've arrived on Dromakas.
Yes, yes.
It's so boring when we have to use the holo terminal with someone we know we're not going to force choke.
Meet me in the innermost chamber of the Dark Temple, where you pacify the apparition, and we can begin.
I trust you've made all the necessary preparations.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. All I need are the artifacts
I'll play your
themselves,
game, you
and
rogue.
Of course, you. Then we can begin. Your Deshard is fine, desirable even, given the sensitive nature of your bond to him.
I understand completely.
Good.
All right, let's go. Let's do this thing. Look, I'm running around with my lightsaber out. That sounded inappropriate. Green lightsaber. The chat room is saying green lightsaber is the best lightsaber in the game. It is for a number of reasons. It's got a really cool effect on it. It is one of my favorite. I think the hilt could be a little. I think the hilt's a little chunky. That's the only downside. But the graphical effect on the blade works with any saber crystal. It's really cool looking, and it's legacy bound. It's a legacy bound weapon, so you can pass it around and do what you need to. You can pass it to one of your higher level characters and put a bunch of good mods in it. Put 246 mods in as soon as you hit 246, 248 mods as soon as you hit level 70. Hey, you think we're gonna get a level 75 this year with the hints of wink wink nudge nudge 6.0? You think that's gonna happen? Level 75? What's your bets on level 75? Seema?
No.
You bet no on?
I don't think so.
Oh, I bet yes.
No.
What's on the line? A lucky coin?
Well, so far, what you predict usually comes true more than what I predict, but it just seems
Let's use the quick travel
like
to
6.0 is so far off.
quick travel to Outpost Warden.
Outpost Warden. Okay.
Dark goes to the Dark Temple.
I'll meet you at Outpost Warden.
But if they do a 6.0, why would they not do a level 75?
No. That's what.
Oh,
yeah,
this year.
I'm
I
saying,
see. You're saying, is it going to happen this year in in calendar year 2018? That's
no,
what you.
and I don't think it is.
Ah, that's
if they don't
good.
have anything to say about it until next quarter, which will already be early, spring, early summer.
Trixie Seema thinking the right things to be clear about the bet. I'll still stick with my yes and say we will get a 6.0 and a level 75 in the calendar year 2018. I know it's bold move, but we'll see how that works out for me, Cotton. Okay, we are riding through the approach to the Dark Temple. Another one of my favorite places in the game. Do I say that about everything? I kind of do, don't I? They're all my favorite. You're all my
another
favorite
rumor
children.
that was floated this week from data mining is Hoth Stronghold. What would you think about that?
I would like it, but it sounds cold. Maybe like to go there to make that like your summer home when it's actual summer in real life, so that you could go like a cold place in game. That would be cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of it. I like Hoth. I mean, it's really a really slim rumor, though. I mean, what they found in data mining was not really super indicative.
Chat room is hoping for an expansion around the time of the Solo movie, but that's in like 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll get the end of Gods from the Machine by then, but we're not.
Maybe. Yeah, that would mean like their story was they couldn't tell us the roadmap because they were too busy working on a new X-Pack.
They were too busy finishing a new X-Pack? Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, finishing, yeah.
Oh, stop it. You just possessed assault trooper. You have to be possessed to come at me like that, bro. I gotta loot him because maybe it's a lucky coin. You never know. This is so far. We're winding our way through the Dark Temple. Do we have to go upstairs? Zash. Zash. Kill more of these. He's force choking me. That is my least favorite thing in the game. There you go. There's a least favorite. Is when NPCs force choke me. It really bothers me.
I thought your least favorite thing was when they bureaucrats berate you. The spaceport.
Look, this guy's gonna force choke me. Not if I kill him first. Ooh, he had a little bit of a knockback. Good thing I wasn't near the edge. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. Other side. I'm gonna knock all these people off the edge. That's probably gonna turn out badly. They're gonna like come from the bottom and. Yep. Now they're gonna run back up here. And bring all the rest of the mobs with them probably. And that
would be fun.
There's Kemval running down the ramp to go get him.
Goodbye, Kem.
Oh, they just got to the level down below there, and they can shoot me from there. Jeez, kill them, Ken, will you, please? Are we still in? Yeah, that was a terrible.
Now, if only
idea.
he would loot them too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should have companions be able to remote loot.
You know what I want now? I mean, I think about this every day for a week. Is I want raid lockouts.
Raid lockouts, yes. So people that aren't familiar,
I mean,
what that means is if you get partially done like we did with Underlurker, we got up to Underlurker. We could extend the lockout, and that means we could wait till after next Tuesday. Wait till next Tuesday when we do our mandatory fun night again, and continue from where we left off. And we wouldn't have to just get a reset every week. That would be very convenient when you have just one night a week and you're working on tough content with a guild group. We can skip those guys.
The big thing for me is for MFN so that people could see the last two bosses in Scum and Villainy and stuff like that.
A lot of stuff like that. That would be great. this guy heal? There's no healing.
I mean, I know an argument against doing something like that might be then it will take the higher end raiders even less time to get through the content, but maybe they could do something like raid lockouts can be extended on the following content, you know, not the new content or
Okay, here's Zash.
Clear, strong, you have truly come into your own.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
To receive the title of Lord of the Sith. I hope you realize what an honor and responsibility.
So she's raising me to Lord.
As a Darth, I answer only to Darth Thanaton, who answers to the Dark Council. As a Lord, you're only one step below that, and you tower above many.
It's about time greatness got its due.
Do not get ahead of yourself.
Eye roll.
There is still the ritual to undergo. And I'll warn you, the ritual may prove a trying experience. But once it's done, you will
She's got a hood up.
Great,
Why is that?
Powerful.
I don't believe you.
If by power,
No,
you
should believe her, totally.
Apprentice, where did you get an idea like that? When have I ever tried to do you harm?
The truth is,
See how she's got her
I've
face
not
in
been
shadows?
completely honest with you.
Why is that?
I wish I could have been, but the timing was not right.
Yeah? What do you got? Ah, here comes the hood. Lowers her hood and she's heinous!
Apprentice. I am sorry to have concealed it from you for so long. But it was such
Wow,
a pleasant
ugly.
vanity to share in your youth.
That apparently is a possible response. Wow, period. Ugly, period.
You make Rodians look kissable.
Listen, apprentice. Various Force rituals have helped me maintain my appearance and some of my vitality. But inevitably, life fades. I'm dying, apprentice. My will, my intellect, my spirit are as lively as ever. But this body is dying.
Enough about you.
Tell me what this has to do with me.
Everything. You will be my second chance. My
Oh, really?
new life.
Here it comes.
I don't think so.
As the ritual ends, you will likely see me collapse before you feel it taking effect. Do not panic. Know that this is what I have trained you for.
Here's where the shoe drops.
Primed you for.
This isn't good. That's a possible response is, this isn't good.
This doesn't sound promising.
Don't worry.
Got a bad feeling about
I
this.
imagine it will be just like falling asleep. We will accomplish so much once I am in command of that wonderful vessel of yours. Just hold still.
Yeah, hold
no.
still. Don't.
Now I have to try to defeat Lord Zash. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I attack her, of course, because why would I say, yeah, sure thing, that sounds great. Alright, so I attacked her, defeated her, and now I get to talk to her again. We'll see what happens.
You can't stop this ritual from happening.
And now she force pushes me, even though I defeated her. What's gonna happen now? Oh, she starts the ritual. Oh. But Kemval jumped in at the last minute. Thanks, Kemval.
What have you done to me?
Oh no!
Why couldn't you just hold still for a few moments longer? Why couldn't you call your monster off?
So now Zash is talking out of Kemval's mouth. So this is the big pivot. This is the big turning point.
That monster broke through my defenses, interrupted my concentration, diverted the entire ritual. 5 years of preparation, finding the right person, training them, researching the artifacts, gathering them, wasted. You were my legacy, my one chance to defeat death. You fool! You have ruined everything!
I want my
Go away
Deshad
and
back.
give me Kem back.
No, apprentice. It looks like you're stuck with me now. But I wonder how powerful your friend Kem was. Powerful enough to punish you for your rebellion.
Yeah, give it a shot. Nope, you obey me.
The Deshad is bound to me, and now so are you.
That bond, that
So Zash tried to take over my body. She tried to possess me, kick me out of my own head, and now she's stuck in the Dashad, and she is my
This
minion.
is what we call a classic reversal of fortune.
Yes, it is. Oh, and here's Kemval taking back over his brain, at least temporarily. What new kink has insinuated itself into the
poor
twisted...
Kemval.
Yeah, wow,
He is a tortured guy.
Yeah, this is not really fair to him. What new kink has insinuated itself into the twisted coils of my unfortunate existence? First, Tulak Horde abandons me to this meager creature, and now it is as if my body is no longer my own. I'm confused. Kemval? Question mark?
Is that you, my morose monster?
Last I remember, I was attacking the female Darth when I felt this force, like something trying to drive me from my body. So they share Kemval's body now. Haha. You and Zash are sharing.
It seems Zash went into your body, but you didn't leave.
Protest all you like, Kemval, servant of Tulak Horde, but your ancient master's artifact has been turned against you. And through some strange and miraculous trick, neither you nor Zash have full control.
How does this work?
That sounds pretty complicated and unlikely.
The Dashad was not part of Zash's plan. Perhaps his innate resistance to the Force impacted things. Flesh of my flesh, you have defeated your master. The great danger you feared is past. Your rise to glory complete.
We got bigger fish to fry now, though.
Chance to meet again on this side
Yeah.
of death, but I am at peace. I came to say goodbye and good luck.
I'll just say goodbye.
Force choke him.
I could say I'm sick of you, but I'll just say goodbye.
I'll see you around then.
You are Lord Khalid now. It was once a glorious name. Use it well.
I like Kalig.
Yeah.
And now I have his mask and his lightsaber, and
all
can
this
even
talk
dress
about
up.
dreams, it's nonsense.
No, Carl. I saw Zash enter, and we both saw her first apprentice go in later.
If I went around expecting everything I dreamt to come true,
Look, Carl.
Look, Carl. Zash is dead. Better listen to me now, Carl.
Darth Zash, you murdered her.
That seems like a dumb reaction.
Bad move, Carl. I just killed a Darth, and you're gonna ignite your lightsaber in my presence?
I'll finish you off just as easily.
Hold your weapon, Carl. This is not what Zash wanted.
No, he dies now. He drew his blade on me, and I'm gonna let him let that
We
stand?
have not met, but Carl and I are Zash's newest apprentices. She honored us by telling us about a prophecy, a dream she had, one that has now been fulfilled by you.
Go on.
By all means, continue.
Darth Zash dreamt that her strongest apprentice would eventually rise to destroy her, but she also foresaw that the same apprentice would rise to bring new glory and strength to a fragmented Sith order. She went
I guess these are all my apprentices now.
Hand so that you could lead the
Got a new
Sith to
crew.
glory.
I don't think she really went knowingly to her death on purpose.
As she knew you would. We have been anticipating this day since Zash first leaked the rumors of your incredible triumph over Darth SWTOR. Zash answered to
SWTOR?
Anton on the Dark
SWTOR?
Council. I want to speak to you, but we are your servants.
I will see this, Thanaton, and then our work can begin.
So Thanaton
my lord.
is
Now what are the rest of
something
you
that's
staring
going
at?
to be an obstacle.
Bow to your new master.
Yeah, bow.
Well, wait a minute. He was just going to try and kill you a second ago.
And there I am. All right, I think this is the end of the chapter. Yep, there we go. New title, Lord. I just reached a new level. And my mission is complete. And I believe I just completed a chapter. So We won't do this now. We got to go to Darth Zash's office, but I didn't realize we were up to this point in the story. So this was the major turning point in the story. So we gathered all of the artifacts. Zash had been planning all along to kick us out of our own head and take over our body so she could continue to live forever through us, and we would basically be dead. We were to be the sacrifice. Kemval interrupted the ritual, and she ends up mixed up with Kemval still in Kemval's head. So they're both sort of sharing Kemval's head right now, and each one of them has the opportunity to talk at various points in time. And now I am, because I've defeated my master, have risen in the ranks to some degree. So I'm going to have to deal with Darth Thanaton, who got introduced last week. He spoke to us when we arrived on Dromund Kaas originally. And he may provide...
And he told us to beware, to make our own way and not to, rely on Darth Zash.
Although he may become some sort of an obstacle of his own. We'll see. There's a little foreshadowing. But we are now, ostensibly, to the outside world, we have defeated Zash, and we are now our own person. Within the bounds of our private quarters, Zash is still hanging out in Kemval's head for whatever
That's why
amount
there's
of time.
two beds in Kemval's room.
I forgot what happens what happens with Zash and Kemval by the end. I know there's more choices and things that happen by the end of the story, but I actually have forgotten how that turns out, or what the choices are and what the possibilities are. So I think we are going to wrap it up for this week. We did not actually get to Terrace. We'll have to talk to Darth Thanaton and figure out why we're going to end up in Terrace next week. But we are on our road heading off in that direction. I think I might rename the podcast and not call it Road to Terrace as I did in the original tweet. But with that, I think we can be done for now and find out where this goes more next week. So tune in next week, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll find out what happens in this exciting adventure. But for now, EPC 229 astromechs floating out in space broadcasting podcasts. So EPC 229 is ready to head out and broadcast this to all of you. Please keep up with us on Twitter at MaxGran, at AIESEMA. If you know cool people that should be listening to the podcast, have them come check us out. We could really use a couple more subscribers on YouTube. If you do tend to watch there, go ahead and subscribe. I think it's useful to us if we get up to 1,000 subscribers, I think is what Google wants from us these days. They're always wanting something. They called me up. Google called me up on the phone and said, get 1,000 subscribers. Anyway.
Or else.
So do that, and please come check us out on the server Starforge or AIE-guild.org in our guild Discord and ask us for an AIE Guild invite, because we would love to have you. And we will talk to you soon.
Later, everyone.